Hi, everyone. So, I would like to talk with you a little bit about this project that you were looking at around the room. This was the first and second, or these were the first and second assignments that we had in class. And the end result was that students were talking about something that was important to them, whether it was a pet or an object. So, you'll see that around the room. This is an important first assignment, whether it's this, every year I change it up, so that we can start to build trust in the classroom. If you have trust in a classroom and you start to show your students that you care about them, you're getting to know them, you are automatically going to be able to move forward into making more progress with learning. And so, in talking about our pets and talking about our objects like our blankies or our stuffed animals, we are actually also doing something that's very important, creating a trusting environment. So, the way that this worked, and I'm in Google Classroom, which there is another link that I'll talk about Google Classroom. Assignment number one, it is numbered because it's graded. I'm just going to pop on the assignment. It was a grade placeholder. I do put all the grades in Google Classroom. Again, that's in another QR code. What happened in class was your child, your children in small groups brainstormed questions that they had for me about my pet. So I showed them a picture of my puppy and they brainstormed a bunch of questions and then they got points based on how original their questions were. So just trying to get them to think outside the box, kind of like categories. If you had a question like, what's his size? And somebody else said, what's its size? You only got 1 point. But if you had a question that nobody else had, you got multiple points. So they brainstormed other questions on paper. And then at the we did the point thing. We went around, we shared questions. I stopped and talked about the questions that were fabulous and why they were fabulous and how they were outside the box thinking and what that meant. And how it would give us more information. This was our brainstorm part of this little project that you are seeing. So then, the end of the day, I took all of those handwritten questions and I went through them and selected the top 21 questions and I put them into this document. And the next day, students chose 10 of these questions to answer. Now, the ones you see in bold would also apply to objects. If you see this, you'll see that there are more than 21 questions because I had to brainstorm some of my own questions for students that were doing objects like a blankie, or some of your children actually wrote about an Xbox, or etc. They chose 10 of these questions. Giving your child some choice gives them the opportunity to be able to feel vested in the assignment. Not that they are forced into something, they have choice about what they were answering. And I would say 99% of students handed this first assignment in. So that was the first piece. Now, that was our brainstorm. And I explained to students that the hardest part of writing is really just the brainstorming process. The second part of this project is assignment number 2 in Google Classroom. So it is graded because it's numbered. And I'm going to go ahead and show you what this project was. I did have a student working in the project because he couldn't log into his Chromebook. So I'm not going to show you the template because now it's all looks weird here. It would not look like this for your child. They changed the template after. Anyway, this was my example. I believe strongly that teachers should be giving children an example of what they expect. And this is the first time I've done this project, so I gave them an example from me. If it's something that I've done in the past, I hold on to students' examples, both the ones that are of superior work as well as some that are just really great. More of an average work to show them the difference. So we'll talk about that. I'm saying a lot, and I'm sorry. So what they had to do was insert. We talked about inserting a graphic, how to insert clip art. I showed them how to insert clip art. Some of them knew how to do that. We had one chunk that was kind of all the basics. If you were writing about a person, this would be biographical data. And then on the right-hand side, this was anecdotal, kind of a little tiny story. This assignment also gives me an opportunity to see what your child can and can't do right away in a way that's safe for them, talking about something that they care about. And I could see right away that there were many issues with capitalization and punctuation because children are not rereading their work. And we did take this a project to the next level. And I went through and I highlighted any capitalization or punctuation issues and gave them the opportunity to resubmit it because it is a project that's being published, we want it to look very clean. Now, I had to also print these and put them up on the wall. So if you're looking at your child's, you may notice punctuation and capitalization issues, but hopefully they did fix them. I just didn't get a chance to reprint their project because it's so busy. So this was the final piece of what your child should have as you are looking around. So that is the project. Enjoy, take a look. If your child's project's not up there, it's because they did not submit it by Wednesday, the end of the day. Today, parent night is tonight, and I just did not get a chance to print that. So thanks so much. Hope that you are enjoying these projects.